Yo, I'm up here at the beautiful Mahon Falls. It is incredible up here. It's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous up here. It's a lovely walk. I recommend it to anybody who can do it. You can see for miles over there the car park. It has to be the most scenic car park in all of Ireland. The sun's just coming up over the ridge there. Should get some heat over here. It is a bit cold. So I'm just thinking, sitting here and thinking it's not a bad thing to do, you know? Have my coffee and my water. That's all you need sometimes. I've gone through a lot of change recently, and things are a bit tough. Like, I moved to Kilkenny first, and then I moved to Waterford on my own. I've just been focusing on my projects and my writing, of which I've got a lot to do, and there's a lot of pressure building up, especially with this new project coming out, this new film, and trying to get post-production finished on Poppy. We've hit a few snags. But look, it just means the victory will be all the sweeter, just finishing it off. I'm just thinking about what I'm doing at the minute is I'm starting to slip into an old habit I had, which the habit then became extremely pervasive, and that habit was linking my self-worth to my achievements. And I'm going to stop it right now because that is bad juju. That only ends in pain and suffering, worse than not getting the achievements you want. It is 10 times, 100 times worse if you have your self-worth linked to your work. The really basic thing you've got to do as a writer, or even anybody who's creative, and I say this a lot to people, and I have to say it to myself again, and maybe it might help you, but look, I'm not a writer, I'm not a director, I'm not an actor, I'm not a playwright, I'm not a creative or a producer, I'm none of those things. I'm Luke, and they're things I love. They're things I love doing, and I love being part of. And that's a difference, that's a good separation to have. You know, if you identify with it too much, you say, I'm a writer, and you're not writing too good, or you're not producing a lot of work, or you're a producer, or even you're a musician. Look at this pure natural beauty. You walk up here, honestly, it's like a stairway to heaven. It's just absolutely beautiful, really beautiful Irish landscape, and it's took millions of years to form this. And you get to enjoy it for free. You just walk up and nature is free, and it's beautiful, and it just is what it is. You can't stick a label on it. You might say it's a waterfall or whatever, but there's a certain feeling. There's a certain feeling you get when you just sit here and there's no one else around. I'm the only person here for miles, except for those sheep over there. There must be very hardy sheep. So your self-worth. Check in with yourself. Don't get stressed about creating work. You're creating a collaboration between people. You're creating art, and art is purely subjective. Anything you create, you might change their heart, what's inside someone's heart, without them even knowing it's there. There's an old poem I read, I love it. When inward tenderness finds the secret hurt, pain itself will crack the rock and let the soul emerge. That's by Rumi. And that's really beautiful. Like, if you can get someone, I was just running an acting workshop there for a few friends on Saturday. If you can get, I was talking about the experience of the audience, that the audience has. So they experience your work. And if one person in that audience gets some kind of a catharsis or some kind of an inner insight that they never had before, that gives them that inner tenderness through the actor really experiencing a very specific kind of pain and a very specific kind of suffering, someone can watch that and say, finally, I'm recognized. I do belong here. You know? That's my pain. I never thought anybody could get that specifically except for me. And that's the commonality of us all, and it goes back to self-worth as well. You know, you're inherently worthy. Just like that waterfall is going to be inherently wet, you're inherently worthy. It's just, you can't add anything to it to make you more worthy. It does not compute. You can't make that waterfall more worthy of being called a waterfall. I don't know why I'm even saying this or recording this as a video, but maybe someone had to hear that. today. Maybe it was me. It was definitely me. So I'll go back to my car now and I'll go back to the keyboard and I'll just keep writing because I love doing it. There's nothing to do with my self-worth. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you, sir, but I need to use the road to get home.